सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Bhagavan, who took the avatara of Vamana in the very household of Kashyapa Prajapati and Aditi Devi, in order to restore the lost wealth to his elder brother in that avataram, namely Indra, walked towards the Yajnavatika where Hayamedha, Ashwamedha was being conducted by Bali Chakravarti. This is where Bhattatri continues in Dashakam 31. He says, Pritya daityastavatanumah prekshanat sarvathapi tvamaradhyan ajitarachayan anjalim sanjagada mattah kimte samabhilashitam viprasuno vadatvam vyaktam bhaktam bhavanam avanim vapi sarvam pradasye. Hey Ajita, Pritya. Hey Ajita, the one who is invincible. We cannot win over you through a yuddham. Hey Ajita, Pritya, being pleased, prekshanat tava tanu mahaha. After seeing your glorious form, after seeing your Divyamangala Vigraham, after seeing your Saukumarya body, your form, prekshanat tava tanu mahaha, and that luster, what Bhattatri says is with that glory, that tejas, daityaha Aradhyan Tvam Sarvatha Api. So that Asura Bali was so amazed that he started doing Aradhanam in every form towards you. Daityaha Aradhyan Tvam Sarvatha Api. Anjalim Rachayan Sanjagada. He put his palms in salutation. He put his palms in Anjali Mudra. He Viprasuno Tvam Vada Vyaktam. He looked at you and said, Viprasuno, O son of a great Brahmana yourself, Viprasuno, Tvam, Vada Vyaktam. Tell me very clearly. Bali looked at Vamana. Again, when I say Vamana, Bhattatri is looking at Krishna and saying, he told you, because you were that Vamana. So, Tvam, Vada Vyaktam, Kimte, Samabhilashitam Mattaha. Samabhilashitam Mattaha. What is your expectation from me? Kimte Samabhilashitam Mattaha. You have come seeking something from me. What do you want from me? Bhaktam, Bhavanam, Avanim Va Api Sarvam. Bhaktam. Hey, do you want Bhavanam? Do you want this palace? Avanim, this land. See, Bhuktam, Bhaktam, all this has to do with food as well. So, do you want food? Do you want Bhavanam? Do you want the place where I live? Do you want Avanim, that particular land? Va Api Sarvam. Or you want all of this? See, in management, I'm sure many of you would have read the Maslow's hierarchy. So, where it talks about the physiological needs, whatever is required, I need food, I need clothing, I need shelter. That is why Andal, the mystic poetess, says, Ambarame, Tannire, Sore, Aram Seyyum, Yemberuman, Nandagobala, Yelundirai. Ambarame, Tannire, Sore. Sore, you need food. Bhaktam, bhuktam. Next, tannire, water. Sore, food. So all this comes under one. Now, but Bali goes one step further. He says, well, I'll give you physiological needs. Next, bhavanam. You want a palace. Avanim, the land. Vahapi sarvam. He was not aware that everything that he called as everything is all owned by him, by Bhagavan. So he says, aham pradasyete. All of you would have been wondering, if Bali Chakravarti is doing a Vaidika Kriya, which is the Ashwamedha Yajna, Hayamedha Yajva, then what is wrong with him? It is this Ahankara, where he said, Aham pradasyete, I shall give you whatever you ask. Next comes the shloka. Tamakshina ambaligiramupakarnya karunya purno api asyotsekam shamayitumana daityavansham prashamsan bhumim padatraya parimitam prarthayamasita tvam sarvam deheti tu nigadite kasya hasyam navasyat upakarnya tam akshinam baligirim. Now, when Balis gave that boisterous, loud talk, Upakarnyatam, Bhagavan listened. See, these are all small things. It may mean very small to us. But in my humble opinion, this is what is very important for people of our age, especially youngsters. So, patience. When you listen to the other person, Stephen Covey, the famous management guru in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People says, listen first to understand and then be understood. So first you have to listen. So he says, Upakarnyatam akshinam baligirim. So he heard whatever Bali, whether it was boisterous, whether it was very arrogant, whichever form it was, Bhagavan heard very patiently. Tvam api karunya purnaha. Bhattatri looks at Krishna, who then went as Vamana. He says, Tvam api karunya purnaha. Aren't you that very embodiment of compassion? Though you were full of compassion towards him, shamayitu manaha asya utsekam. Shamayitu manaha. Bhagavan wanted to reduce that arrogance in him. Shamayitu manaha asya utsekam. That pride in him. That pride had to be brought down. Prarthayamasitha bhumim. So he prayed to an extent that land. So he wanted to bring, Bhagavan could have just, showed his very form and said, see, I own this entire universe and you want to give some part of it back to me. That was not the way that Bhagavan wanted to show. He says, Prarthayamasita bhumim. In order to, be very humble and modest, Bhagavan said, I'll take land from you. What was that land? Padatraya parimitam. Padatraya. I just take 3 strands of land. Just 3. He has had those 3 strings which come together for Upanayana and has just come here. And he is the Swami because we have got Tattvatrayam, Achetana, Chetana and Ishvara. We have got Tapatrayam, Adhyatmika, Adidaivika, Adibhautika. Vedatrayi because Rig Vedam, Yajur Vedam, Sama Vedam because Atharva is majorly portions that are picked up from the 3. So Vedatrayi, Trayi Vedam, which is 3. Then we have the 3 strings that make up the Janeyu, which is the Poonal or the sacred thread. Then we have Tattvatrayam. We have Tapatrayam. So here Bhagavan is asking for land in 3 strides. He said, I will need 3 strides. Padatraya parimitam prashamsan daityavamsham. So he started praising, oh you man of Asura race, Daityavamsha Bali, what all greatness your ancestors have achieved. You are all people, very great people. So, I don't need all that you have given me choice of. I just need 3 strides of land. So then he says, tu iti nigadite dehi sarvam. If Bhagavan had asked, imagine if Bhagavan, because Bali Chakravarti had said, you want food, you want my palace or my apartment, you want that land and you want everything. So when he said everything, what he meant was whether food, palace and that land or everything that you see around you. What he meant, so we don't know, but he said, I'll give you everything. So when Bhagavan was given the choice that I'll give you everything, Bhagavan could have simply asked, then give me that everything. See, if someone says just like that to impress upon that other person, whatever you ask, I'll give you everything, it doesn't mean that our opposite person has the right to ask everything because this person doesn't own everything. But here it is said, tu iti nigadite dehi sarvam. Bhattatri says, hey Bhagavan, you had asked for 3 strides of land. Even if you had asked everything, kasyava nasyat hasyam, would it have received ridicule or it wouldn't have received ridicule? Because some people would say, see how shameless. Out of generosity, Bali said, I'll give everything. It doesn't mean that Vamana should ask. Some may ridicule. The others will say, see, it was Bali who said, I'll give everything. So Bhagavan asked for everything. What is wrong in this? Some others may ask. So he says, Kasyava nasyat hasyam. In whom it wouldn't have, received that ridicule, asks Bhattatri. Next shloka he says, Vishvesham mam tripadamiha kim yachase balishastvam sarvam bhumim vrunu kimumane tyalapatvam sadripyan yasmadriptat tripada paripurtyakshmaha kshepavadan bandham cha samagamat atadarhopi gadhopashanti balishaha tvam Kim yachase, fool. The way he is being asked is, fool that you are a fool. In that sense, Balishaha, tvam kim yachase, why did you beg of 3 pieces of land from me? So Bali Chakravarti goes to the extent of calling Bhagavan a fool. Balishaha, tvam kim yachase, you are a little boy, you fool. Why did you ask just 3 strides of land? Mam, Vishvesham tripadamiha. See, when I am the Lord of this universe, look at that garvam, look at that arrogance. So, Mam Vishvesham, Tripadamiha, why 3 strides of land? Amuna Kim, Sarvam Bhumim Vrunu. What is the use of that? He says, Amuna Kim, Sarvam Bhumim Vrunu. What is the use of 3 strides of land? Ask the entire Bhumi. Sarvam Bhumim Vrunu. He is recommending, he is a consultant to Vamana. He says, I have given you a choice. Why did you ask for 3 strides of land? Ask everything. Sarvam bhumim vrunu. Now, once he asked for everything, Bhagavan asked 3 strides of land. The second time he said, why did you ask for 3 strides of land? Ask everything. Later, Bhagavan is going to ask for everything. So, Sarvam bhumim vrunu iti sa alapat tvam. Thus, Bali Chakravarti told you. See, Bhattatri looks at Guruvayurappan and says, Vamana is nowhere else. You were Vamana, right? So Bali Chakravarti told you, Iti sa alapat tvam dripyan yasmat darpat. But why did all this feature? Because of his garvam, the pride, that I am the Lord of this universe. So he says, dripyan yasmat darpat tripada paripurtya kshamaha. Unable to give those 3 strides of land. Asau agamat kshepavadan. Now, Bali Chakravarti asked Vamana to ask for everything. Vamana asked for 3 pieces of land, 3 strides of land. Bali Chakravarti should have given. Instead, he is again ridiculing, asking, why didn't you ask for everything? But Bhattatri says, forget that everything. The 3 strides of land itself you have not given till now. So he says, Tripada paripurtya kshamaha. Asau. Then he says, Agamat kshepavadan, not giving those 3 strides of land. This little boy, who's Vamana, who's Bhagavan for us, was subjected to ridicule. So, Asau Agamat kshepavadan, people in that Yajnavatika laughed at that boy. 3 strides of land for you. So, Bali Chakravarti laughed, others laughed, and at the end of the day, you have not even given, says Bhattatri. Asau Agamat kshepavadan, bandham cha atadarhaha api. Though Bhagavan is not meant to receive all this ridicule, gadhopashanti. Now, Bhagavan is akhila heya pratyanikatana. That is, the doshas, the blemishes in the world don't cause any taint in Bhagavan. So, he is fine. But Bali Chakravarti could have rectified. How will he rectify when he doesn't have detachment? So, gadhopashanti, when he doesn't have detachment, all this is bound to happen. But what is this, all this? All that we will see in the next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण